we like trolled like we trolled both anti-ecos. Like we won
Yes.
both pistols, we lost both anti-ecos, and it's pretty hard to win, especially on a map like Ascent, like on attack side. When you are just like you have the momentum and you just lose it instantly, and then they build ults, and then they win around, they gimmick you, and like
We are here with Sentinel's very own. I need to get rid of this. Narrate. My little overlay looked weird, but you know what didn't look weird? You guys out there, it was a tumultuous, very fancy word for wishy-washy ass game, and you guys did it. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, bro?
I mean, I feel good. I mean, like we qualified, so I mean, there's nothing else really to say. I'm pretty happy.
That's awesome, bro. You guys are headed to Toronto, going up against MIBR next. Obviously, on the desk they were talking about. I don't know if you saw. Dude, how are you feeling? Just gotta quickly ask, how you feeling about going up against MIBR?
I mean, they're a very strong team. I think they've been in really good form recently. I'm pretty confident that we'll win the game, but it'll definitely be tough if, Ospas, Cortesia, Artzine, Verna are all just destroying us. So it'll be a tough game, but I think we'll come with the win.
Honestly, I'm excited, bro. So today you whipped out Gecko. We got Gecko on Icebox. I wanted to ask, right? We're talking Mad Lions Day. We're talking like KC, Narrate. How is that going into it? The question I initially had was, did you have to do a lot of prac to get back into it, or was it like second nature? Like, okay, I'm good.
I mean, it's second nature, but Gecko is just a way worse agent than it was when I was playing it. Like his flash is worse, so it's kind of it's you have to play very differently because like your flash is not as good. So, I mean, in the sense that I have to adapt to like the Gecko's weaknesses again because they're different than they were before. I would say yeah, it was a bit hard, but other than that, just like playing Gecko, it's chill.
Big vibes, big vibes. So someone in chat, so they did tell you I am co-streaming, I am live. Hopefully they gave you a heads up on that. And I asked my chat earlier, and I asked like people who I was co-streaming with, if they had any questions, and one of them asked, was there any struggles transitioning from KC to Sen? And they wanted to specify specifically on like the day-to-day, like the day-to-day in Berlin versus the day-to-day here in Americas.
I guess the biggest difference is obviously that we prac a lot less than KC. Not like a lot less, but we prac less, and we're not together all the time. On KC, we're always together just because of like our living situation, I guess. On this team, we definitely have a lot more freedom individually, which is a good and a bad thing. Like it just depends on who you are. I would say for me individually, I'd say the biggest difference is just trying to like fit myself in a team versus like the team was kind of fit around me. Like I feel like on KC, the team was like everything kind of went through me. Like I was probably like not like the king of the team, but like we had Magnum IGL, and like if I was like the hard second IGL voice, and I was making like a lot of like the mid round plays on this team. Like I kind of had to adapt into that because it's not as easy with this team because the team is completely different. It's not built around me. They have a lot of stuff that they already had without me. So I have to find a balance between like fitting in with the team and then using my own like ability.
Okay, so speaking of the team, I wanted to ask the Sen Special, because I call it the Sen Special as a joke, because every time I watch in person, every time I come through, it's always like, you guys win in 3. I've said this multiple times. First game, kind of rough. Second 2, you guys lock it in. How is it like being on a team, like you said, being in a different environment that has that sort of like aura around it where it's like we do win, but it takes like a little bit out of us to get ramped up?
I mean, it's definitely very stressful. I feel like I usually can come into games like pretty hot, but this team where we just sometimes just struggle the first map. Like if we don't get it, like if we have the first map and we get it going, like low-key we're just gonna dominate the series. But if we struggle on the first map, we just have to like relock in and just grind it out. And I think that's kind of what we did today. And a lot of the other series, especially like during kickoff, I would say recently like we've been pretty good first maps. I don't think we lost the first map other than to Crew and then now G2. So I think we gotten a lot better at it, and today it's just kind of us falling back on like our old problems. Like we just fucked up first map. Like everything we were doing was terrible. So we still can pull it through because we're a good enough team to win, but it is definitely not something we want to continue.
I mean, heading into Toronto, right? You went to Bangkok. It was rough, right? Like being so blunt, it was rough. And then now you're going to Toronto. It's another international. You kind of have to bring that spark. And talking about, the current series, just before we head on off, the mental battle, right? Going through it. There was a lot of moments that happened on Ascent where it just felt like it was slipping from you guys during the timeouts. What was really going through not only your head, but the entire team as a whole to get yourselves recentered?
It's hard. I would say like we like trolled like we trolled both anti-ecos. Like we won
Yes.
both pistols, we lost both anti-ecos, and it's pretty hard to win, especially on a map like Ascent, like on attack side. When you are just like you have the momentum and you just lose it instantly, and then they build ults, and then they win around, they gimmick you, and like it makes the game very difficult. We also were exposed to a lot of things we've never seen, like because G2 are a good team. They have a lot of stuff that they haven't shown to other teams, and they used a lot of that against us, and it made it very like we just got gimmicked, like pretty much. Like they just did a play where I'm droning mid and they use the waylay stun and the missile and I'm just dead. Like, and that's like really bad. Like if I die in the round, it's pretty much almost always round over, especially if we don't have like the sight. So just because Teo is such a strong agent.
Oh yeah.
So we definitely got exposed to a lot of things that we've never seen before, and that definitely caught us off guard. And during the timeout specifically, I think we're just mainly just going over the strategy. Like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this. Like nothing really to like calm us down. More of just like, okay, because again they were defending very well on that map,
Yeah.
and especially because they had a lot of ults. We just had to figure out the right strategy to win the rounds, and unfortunately it didn't really work out. So we kind of had to just like plug our way through the game.
I like that. It's big vibes, big fun. Now for a more random question off the wall. In your profile picture on Twitter and on most social media, is that like a self-insert? That's just like you vibing?
Okay. It's pretty much it's like an artist drew a thing of me like of like an album cover.
Ah.
It's like a single cover from this artist named Ian Dior. I've had it. It's called Pouring. I've had it as my PFP for like 5 years, 6 years. I don't even listen to the guy anymore, but it's still my PFP. And then a fan made like a rendition of it with me instead, and like red for like Sen. So that's pretty much it. It's just that album cover, but it's me.
Are you a big music guy?
I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm a music guy. I like to listen to music. I love music, but I wouldn't say I like every new release I'm on that. Like I just kind of like if I hear a good song, I'll put it in my playlist, and if I'm not gonna go out of my way. I used to go out of my way to listen to stuff, but now I just kind of I go with the flow.
You're too locked in on the grind, on the game. And with that, that brings us to the end of the interview, bro. Thank you so much for your time. Before we head on off, obviously, buy the Sentinels bundle. Everyone's going to say it. Jordan's going to obviously yell at me if I don't.
Yeah.
Buy the what?
Buy the Sen bundle. The Sentinels bundle.
Oh, of course. But, wait, one more thing. Do you have anything to shout out? I think I interviewed you previously. I always give you something to shout out. Any person, any team, any player, anyone, anything you want, shout it out.
It's too hard.
It's a big open book.
I'll just shout out my team. I think they give me a lot of belief that I mean I feel like I deserve, but at the same time like you have to earn it, and I feel like I've definitely struggled showing them that I like deserve the belief, but they still like put all that belief in me, and I just shout out the team.
That's awesome. Much love, homie, and I think you do deserve it. See you guys in Toronto.
You guys.
Let's go.